before it actually won or lost and see if that positivity helps. Everything looks good for the short side. And if it stops me out, it stops me out, but that's okay. It is a strong move up. That's why I was only looking for a 1-to-1. When I'm going against something like a big move, a hard move like that, and if it looks like a short setting up, then I won't ask for a lot. Just get a 1-to-1 on that. It is a... So we'll see. I don't know what this big move was up at around 8-ish. Around 7 a.m. my time, Eastern. But examining why I took the trade using my lower time charts and just for scalping and momentum, I like my exponential charts to agree that something's going in the same direction, and it was until that move right there. Everything was like this. Everything was really good. It broke down right here. See, I like it when these momentum lines cross under. And the lower and the higher both were crossing over. And I was looking for the break of this, the bottom of this. And it did break. It did break, didn't it? Well, it went lower from where I got in. I guess I saw positive. I saw some green on it. But one of my goals, when I go back and read my goals, is that I have to wait for at least target 1 to get hit and don't move your stop loss. So until that happens, I just have to be prepared to take the full loss. And that's helped me out a lot. So it came this close to stopping me out. Because, you know, if it rotates back up over the top of these moving averages, I don't want to be in the trade. So my stop's in a really good place. When it's looking like this, absolutely, you can't help that it's going to come back up. Oh, this is where this is where the setup started looking good. I didn't take the trade up there on this higher tick chart. I didn't take it up there. I took it down here when it was breaking down, rolling down right here. And right here's where it almost came up. I see. It almost came up here and stopped me out. My stop is right there. But this is when I started saying, hey, this is setting up for a good trade. What about this area down here? Then I looked over here on my lower tick chart, and I started seeing the breakdown right here at that level. I drew this level right here, and it broke down right. Let me see if I can get everything on this. Yeah, that line right there, the blue line right there, I was looking for the breakdown, and I took it. I think it's a good trade. I mean, I think it's a pretty good trade. I'm going to stay right where I'm at, let it stop me out if it does. I think the worst thing you can do is move your stop loss. We got to stop moving our stop loss. It doesn't matter if it gets us or not. I just got to hit target 1, buddy. All you got to do is hit target 1 and I'll be happy. Got to get these lined up. Hit target 1, hit target 1. Come on, hit target 1. I'll be happy. I guess I could go to this pivot level here now. I am going to go to this pivot level here now, and I hope that's a good idea. All it's got to do is come down a little bit more and get my target, and I'll take the profit on it. So yeah, today's goal is to determine market conditions and use a strategy for that market condition. Or if it keeps going, I should use that pivot right there and just stay in the green at least. I see if it'll break this with momentum, and I'll just I don't want to get too close though. You get too close, you get into trouble. Everything on the other time charts looks like it wants to rotate down, but we'll see. Okay, hit target 1. I'm break even. I'm gonna take target 1. I'm gonna take target 1. That was my goal. I took target 1. I got to get some confidence back. Last week I had some serious losses on my Apex account. Last night I had 5 losses in a row and came back and to break even with 2 good trades after I switched directions. But I'm okay with target 1 right now. I'm in the green now, thank goodness. Got to at least get target 1 hit. Don't move the stop loss. Get target 1 hit. That's a must. And there's another opportunity right here to short it. I don't want to be afraid. I don't want to be afraid to take these trades. I guess this big strong move is what I'm looking at here. But on my scalping strategies, we don't go by that. Because how many big moves have dissipated? A lot. And that's what it's doing. Almost went short right here. Well, if you're going to take that trade, you should probably take it as it gets higher up. See, my idea, if I want to take a trade down here, let it come back up, and my stop loss would have been here. So this is exactly what I'm saying with this kind of setup. Take it when it comes back up higher. Save yourself some of the loss. That's the strategy. That's the idea. So if I wanted to take the trade here, I miss it. My stop loss is up here. There it is. I could do a trade right now. For a little tiny loss.
Order submit. Order filled.
Let's see if I can get something out of this.
Order filled.
I mean, I got...
Order canceled.
I'm just practicing the idea here. Oh, it would have worked a lot better. I got out for like, you know, whatever I can get, some profit on it. Because all it had to do was go up about 3 ticks and stop me out. So I entered that trade. My stop was up here. Interesting. Oh, I should have stayed in that trade. Original idea was down here to short. Better price was up here towards the top where the stop loss is at. I did enter and I scalped for a little bit more profit. How much did I get on that? Like 10 bucks. Still, you don't, on a trade like that, where it's coming back up the second time, you don't want to test it beyond that. No, for good reason. Yeah, it would have been if I would have held it longer, I would have trailed it candle by candle. I might have got another 10 to 15 bucks on it. So right now there's no short because everything's rotating up on the lower time tick chart. I don't want to try to short anything up here. Okay, back in business. Yeah, so when there's a big strong move like that, you gotta be careful on how much you're looking for to the short side, I think. I think it's wise to just take whatever you can get, but you might miss a big move. Or it's best to just see, I would have been stopped out of the trade though. My stop was up here. I would have been completely stopped out if I didn't take the one-to-one trade. So we shorted here, almost got stopped out up here, and then got out way down here. See, I like that. I like that. We still have this breakdown going on though, but it's not matching this side over here. So the momentum lines are expanding up. We can't have a short right now. Both of these momentum charts are in a disagreement. And that big pop up might actually turn out to be a continuation. We might see a continuation on it. Now, if it closes back above, man, I already deleted all this, but let's do it again. Wow, look at that. You gotta be careful today, boy. Things all over the map. Well, at least it's starting to rotate back up, so we might be able to find a trade to the long side if it doesn't keep chopping around like this. Because of that kind of behavior right there, I do not trust it. Now the left side's up and the right side's down. So they're changing directions. That's not good. So the goal today is to determine market conditions before applying a particular kind of strategy. Do not look at P&L. That's a good goal. Do not look at P&L. If price keeps going, trail the stop. This particular goal is about my stop. Stop loss, break even, trail stop. All right, that's the goal right there. Trail profits, there we go. All right, in a choppy market, break even faster and take profits faster. In trending market, let it flow. When exponential charts are not perfectly synced, take profits fast. Move to break even when there's enough space. That should be A. B, C, D. Determine market conditions before determine market conditions and match trade strategy. All right, got it. Determine market conditions and match the strategy. That's what we need right there. What are the market conditions? Let's go to the day chart. All that stuff I did is not in here. It better be. Oh my gosh. Got to do it again. My computer crashed. I lost all my well. Today is basically, it's trying to be a bullish day. It's an engulfing day really, because if you look at the day chart, it engulfed the entire day of yesterday or the previous day. So that, and the condition that I'm seeing is that it went above yesterday's high and now it's come back down. So what does that look like on the intraday? It looks like it's selling off, and we took a short, got a 1-to-1 on it. But because there was such a strong move up, it's intimidating. Well, we did take a short and we did 1-to-1, only 1-to-1, because I'm afraid of that big candle up. So I'm kind of got mixed signals on today. Number one, it's pretty good for shorting because it went over the high of yesterday and it failed and it came back down. I need to put that, I need to locate that on my charts, get that set up here so I can see it on all my time charts, where exactly that is. Okay, now I can see where it failed. Okay, good. All right, so now on all the charts, we can see that line right there where it failed. If we go to our exponential time charts, we can see up here where it failed. And if everything on these charts are pointing down, then we should short, and that's why I did short. You can see in my chart right here, the lines that I took right here. The down arrow right here, we shorted right here. A down arrow right there, and we got out for 1-to-1 only. Because of the strong move up, and the whole day is an engulfing day, you know, trying to hold for a big move down is not gonna, I just don't feel comfortable with it. So we just took we took a trade right here. Then I saw another opportunity where if it comes back up to my original stop loss area, I was going to try to scalp it here to the downside, and I got $10 more profit because it started rotating back up. I said, I'm not going to test this, and it got out immediately. So those two trades were winners. But I had 5 losses last night trying to short, and they were all good setups. And then it just changed directions, and I got 2 good trades to the long side, and I basically broke even on 7 trades last night. So right now we're trying to, my goal for the day, because I've learned something last week, I've trying to apply my strategy to every market condition, and I'm realizing I've got a bunch of different strategies, trading strategies, but I'm trying to apply one strategy, the trend trading strategy, in all these different markets. So I got chopped up last week and had a major loss, like $600. And then I went back and understood that I was trying to find a trend in this choppy market. And so today's goal is quite simple. Determine the market condition and match my trade strategy. So if I see a choppy range market, I am not going to use the moving averages. I'm not going to use the exponential charts, are irrelevant. What I'll just do is try to apply my cheap trading strategy where I'm letting it come all the way down and sweep the pivot, look for a reversal bar, and catch a trade to the other side of the range if I find a range day. If I find a range day. So I have to understand what the market is that I'm trading in. And if that's where we go wrong, we think we can apply a certain strategy that we like the most, or if you have one strategy, you love your strategy. I love my strategy. I love my moving average strategy, but it just doesn't work. So I have to choose either to not trade or develop other playbook strategies. And I like to trade. But today, what is the market doing? Okay, the market's got a lot of good flow and got a lot of good movement, a lot of good swings. They're good. I don't see a range yet, but let's take a look at this. You always got to be ready for it to get into a range and stop flowing. Right now, everything looks like it could flow. If it breaks this top here, keeps going, and I wouldn't be surprised if, you know what, you should take, I think you should just take I'm developing my own thinking here as I'm speaking to myself. I watch this and I listen to myself and I'm like, that's a good idea. A few stops until I get hit a couple of times. And then I want to
Connection lost.
change my strategy. But right now it's going, it's big swings. We had a trade to the downside. Now it's time to go to the long side. Now, if this keeps up and starts to go sideways, then we'll have a range. But it's too early to tell for the range yet. But I'm trying to so okay, I like the 5-minute chart. I might be having some dropped frames or something. I'm trying to, I don't think I did low latency on this video. Is it climbing back up? See, I like the 5-minute chart. Let's do some trend lines on this thing. All right, we see a trend line coming up here. It might make another run back up to the high, but that's going to be pretty close to the trend line. And if it does want to retest that, we'd have to keep our stop loss very, very tight because it's so close. It might fail and it could test it and come right back down. So once it breaks that, we're going to be right at the trend, at the line up there. So it might be worth a 1-to-1 scalp. Today, I don't feel like holding for any long, whatever profits I get, I'm going to take. And I noticed that when I was trying to force my trend trading strategy on a range market, I had 3-to-1 returns on so many trades. I just didn't take it because I was expecting it to continue to go, because I was training that day, training my mind that day to hold. And that was my main goal. So I was blinded by the idea, by that goal. That goal blinded me to what I was facing that day. I should have took my 2-to-1s and 3-to-1s. I never would have lost 600. I would have probably broke even that day. So I'm not going to let that happen again. That was a great learning experience last week. I'm glad I recorded it. I'm glad I watched it. I'm glad I rehearsed it. And made some adjustments to my thinking coming into this week. So I'm not going to let that happen again. That was a great... Okay, good. Market's too slow right now. Too slow. I don't like how slow this is. Let's get this trend line ready, though. You never know what it's going to do. Keep the stop loss under control, and you can take as many trades as you want. It's fine. If you understand the market conditions and you see the trend flowing good, then take a trend trade. If the momentum lines are going in the same direction on all the time charts, you have to take the trade. You have to take the risk. You have to. You have to. Okay. So there's possibly, if it wants to get up to that trend line up there, if it wants to get up to that trend line up there, it could use this trend line to bounce back up. We'll watch this trend line break right here. If it comes back over the top of it, maybe it'll come down and then give us one of these. That would be good. That would be a perfect setup for me. And even if you lose something like that, it's just beautiful. You're waiting for it to do what you want. It does what you want. It's in line with your system. The loss is irrelevant. The loss is irrelevant. Last week, I was just trapped in a range trying to make myself hold. Because I haven't been holding, I wanted to make myself hold, and I'm glad I went through that experience. You have to make yourself hold the winners. But I was doing that in the wrong market. The market was choppy sideways. That's the wrong market to practice that goal. I just happened to come in with that goal on that day, and then later on I was like, that was a bad day to practice that goal. I should have taken and understood that certain market conditions, you better take your 1-to-1, your 2-to-1, your 3-to-1, and stop trying to hold it. And now that has set in my brain pretty good, because once you write it down and you read it and you understand, you understand thoroughly. So this is move, break even, move to break even when there's enough space, and hold for target. On that day, I was just holding for as long as I could. That was the wrong thing to do. Now I've made this adjustment. In choppy market, break even faster, take profits faster, take your 1-to-1 or 1-to-3s. You don't have to hold it for the high of the day. That's what I was doing. I put my target at the high of the day, and I said, I'm not going to get out of this until it hits the high of the day. And that's good for a trending bull, fast-moving momentum market. I want to be able to do that. But that goal for that day was a bad day to try that goal. So in a trending market that's flowing smoothly, it says here, hold for those long targets, and then I can practice that on those days. So I've separated these. I've understood that you can't do that goal on every single day when the market's not flowing right. You have to have the right market for that. So I've got a new goal up here that supersedes all these goals, and that's determine the market condition and then match the trade strategy to that condition. That's what you got to do. Okay, that's what I have to do. All right, so that's where my mind is at today. So here it goes, breaking that trend line. I like it. I really want to take this. I think it's going to go up. Let's see if it pulls back 50% of this little move here. If it gives a 50% pullback on this, I'll give it a shot. I'll give it a shot. Let me see where my stop loss is at. Where will my stop loss be? And it might even come all the way down to this pivot level here. Come on, I got to have everything lined up perfectly here. Buy the ask. Come on down a little more.
Order filled.
Shoot, I don't know if that was good timing or not. I got to get my stop losses in here, man. Where's my stop loss?
Order submitted.
Okay, the idea anyway was to don't get it on the breakout. Get it when it gets cheaper. And I tried that, and I think I entered it, and my execution was bad. This is where I should be. This is where I should have been doing it. And then my stop loss would have only been $10. Okay, got it. So the idea is good. Don't get it on the breakout, wait for it to pull back. It's a much cheaper rate trade that way. I'm okay with that. You can't help it that the market is going to do this crazy stuff here. That's why we have stop losses. That's perfectly fine. I just wish, well, I did get in. Instead of getting in way up here, I got in way down here. So yeah, the entry was better. That I'm happy with. Oh, the stop losses.
Order canceled.
I got to change the stop loss price. $50, not 500. Okay, let's look at this. Let's watch this. Let's watch it. It did come down to the trend line. Let's see if this is not any, I can't use that one anymore. So I don't know. It's almost, I can't use that no more. Okay. Yeah, well, it was, this is, I mean, I like it on the 5-minute. I like it on the 5-minute still. This one's got to stay strong here. So these two, it's kind of going sideways though. Still has potential to spring up there. Yeah. You got to get over, you just got to get up over the top of this and then pull back to the 50% range and then keep going. So it didn't keep going at the 50% pullback range. Unless I'm looking at the wrong one. Let's take a look at this. right on the trend line. Oh, that would have been a good idea. So when you do a Fibonacci trade, you kind of ignore your moving average strategy a little bit, and you're using just Fibonacci and trend lines, and those two together can set up some really good stuff if you still have the overall market condition understood. And I can see why people just want to pick one strategy and just trade that one kind of condition and at one type of setup, because you're changing the system and the reason for getting in over and over. You end up taking a trade every 2 seconds because there's always a different reason for taking the trade. So for me, I want to be able to trade the market in different directions or different conditions. And that's why I end up getting over trading, because then I'll see something for the Fibonacci trade that my moving average strategy is not working for. So it can be hard for someone like me who's changing my reason for getting in the trade all the time. I can see why people pick a system. Okay, I'm only going to trade this kind of system in this kind of market, and I'm going to ignore everything else, because when I see something else setting up that I like, some other type of trading system, say a Fibonacci trendline system, I'll want to take it. And so that's one of my problems. It might be a good thing for me eventually. But it's as a beginner, it's very tough, because you have to pick something you're good at, stick to it, get good at it, master it, and then expand your ideas, your playbooks. I mean, I've got so many different things I've tried over the years. Every single one of these is a different playbook. I got playbooks up the wazoo. Strategies and playbooks. I mean, every single one of these is in my playbook. I got Fibonacci, I got moving averages, I got liquidity sweep, I got momentum strategies, reversal setups, 3-bar reversals, pintails, hammer strategies, and I've practiced all of them. I've practiced every single one of them, and I like them. I like all of them. I like to trade. I like every single different system that I have. I like it. They all seem to work in their own way. Any one of them could be mastered. I just haven't mastered any one of them because I haven't been able to hold my stop loss. The things I'm working on right now is crucial to any of the systems, because you can't move your stop loss. You can't keep moving your stop loss. You have to hold for target one. You have to understand the market condition in order to apply any of these playbook strategies. You can't just go in there blindly and go, oh, this one chart looks good, let me try it. I guess some people do that. But for me, everything is based on the day chart and trying to understand the overall day. And today is one of those days that could sell off or go strong. It's already went below the previous day and above the previous day, and now it's back in the middle. From my experience, that's a very tricky and dangerous day. So if we find setups that work on these exponential charts, momentum strategies, we take 1-to-1, which we've already done. We'll try a reasonable trade alongside if it looks good. But now that it seems to be chopping around, I'm not going to take any trades. Look at this. I can't take anything in this. This is starting to get real choppy and sluggish. So that means I don't have... What strategy do I have in a choppy, sluggish market? If you really have to take a trade, you'd be wanting to take a trade once a range develops. If it slows down enough, I guess, there's just times you just don't want to take a trade. But something down here at the bottom of this, if you have to take a trade, it would be based on very cheap trades, something at the bottom range here. Let it come, draw a box. I like this trading strategy too, because you get real cheap trades and it's a good risk reward. Once you see a little bit of a range taking place, you wait for price to come back down into the box. The box is based on the pintails and various pivots that you might see. Take a trade. It's only a few ticks risk if you have to take a trade. So if I have to take a trade, that's the trade I'll be taking. I don't feel like I have to take a trade right now because I'm still green. Well, okay, if we see if it's literally going to range here for a minute, let me see it range a little longer. The 5-minute chart could just keep ticking sideways. We have 8:30 news has already come out. Maybe that's what that drop was, right? It was. That drop I got caught in was that. So I wasn't paying attention. Yeah, that looks pretty rangy. So if it comes down to this box, it's possible to take it. I just want my... Let's see what it does here. If it bounces through it and comes back up, I might try it here.
Order filled.
Try it. Got to stay green. Go up, go up, go up.
Stop filled.
Yeah. I like to practice those though. See, it just did a little bit. One last little whippersnapper before it went up a little bit. So that's what I was looking for. It would have hit my target. Let me analyze this. Yeah, it would have hit my target. Study the losers, man. That's one of the best things you can do is study the losers and see if you were on the right path or right track. You can't help the whipping and snapping that it does. That's going to happen. Are we still green? I don't want to look at my P&L. Still green, but so it did what I wanted it to do. Again, the timing is so important. Let me see if this chart would have helped me better. Sometimes you definitely got to switch charts. This looks better for what I was looking at. Exponentially speaking. I definitely don't want it. That's too choppy. Pintail at the top, pintail at the bottom. It's starting to look like that dangerous type of market that chewed me up last week. So, and it might be doing this until the bell opens. I don't know. Go back to this. Take a look at this. Yeah, that's disgusting. That is Chop City. You want to try to take a breakout on this or a break up on this? It's gonna. Now, every range eventually does break. Some ranges are small. Some ranges last a long time. Right now, it's ranging. Could it break? It could, and it can go without you. And when it does, you know, if you got a lot of momentum on it, you could take a short once it gives you another setup after it breaks. So that's what I'm trying to do is catch it before it breaks. That's what got me last week. I wanted to catch the breakdown and break up before it actually proved itself. That's what I went back and looked at. It's like, you know what? You're trying to get in too early. You're trying to get in too early. Now, for this to be a legitimate range for me, I'd want it to, yeah, there. I would have wanted it to come back up to this area here. Something like that. Yeah, there you go. Now it's at the trend line. That was the target. Or that's the earlier trade was to target that trend line, but now it's at the trend line. It went sideways too long and now it hit the trend line. We were trying to get it to go up to the trend line. If it would have broke right here and went straight up, that would have been great. It went sideways and dragged out the time. So yeah, you can see this is too unpredictable right now. Okay, so okay, let's see. If you're going to start moving, break out of this trend line right here, we might see something set up here. I like it. These charts are looking bullish. The 5-minute is starting to break out of that range a little bit. Okay, so exponentially speaking, we want to see it definitely could test the high, go back up to that high. It could. And if I get the momentum lines and everything to agree that it's going up, I could give it another shot. You can see these momentum lines here went flat. And on this one, it went flat. Now it's expanding with a little bounce. So that's what I like to see. I like to see it expand, bounce, expand some more. But it wants to. I need it to break over this high right here to show me something. It's starting to look good. It's starting to look good. Okay, that's looking real good. Probably could have done. It didn't quite come back into the 50% area. Don't need that anymore. Actually, that is some pivot level support. It could come back to that pivot level support, which would be on that trend line again. Let's see. If it goes too quick, it's hard to get in, but I like it. I mean, it's just the overall day is so unpredictable. Don't forget what kind of day you're looking at. The day chart. I keep looking at my day chart going, you know what? It's below. It went up there. It came back down. But that strong move, I don't know what that strong move was. What the heck was this strong move all about? I have no idea what that was about. $4:44. What time is it? There's no news coming out. And if it just slowly grinds up without me, I'm just trying to think, when could I get in this thing? Over the red bar ignored. I like it when it's going fast. If it was going fast, I would take the trade over this red bar. But it's so slow right now. I don't like that. It could easily come down here and hit these pivot levels. Yeah, momentum it's too slow. I could take a Fibonacci trade and a trend line trade. If it comes down here, there's a couple ways of playing it. Just grabbing it as soon as it gets down there, or waiting for green to take out red and bounce off that area. And a lot of times the candles are so big that by the time it does that, it's all the way back to the top. You don't even get your 50% pullback. So that's the market. But if it looks good, if it gives me something that I like what I'm seeing, I will definitely try it in this area. If it closed above this, I would be interested in closing above this red candle here. After touching that area, I'd be interested. And pivot would be my... it's such a big move. Why'd you have to close all the way up there?
Order filled.
I'm going to do it. Got to get that up there. Let's see what happens here. I hope it works, but you know what? It could work here. $50% pullback on that. If it's going to keep rotating up, let's see. Keep rotating up. Keep grinding up. It came back 50% near that trend line. Came back near these pivot levels here. Let's see if it gives us anything. Oh. There you go. That's good. Keep going, buddy. Come on, don't be like that. Get up there. Yeah, right here is where you are. In the past, this is where I'd want to just take whatever profit it gives me, but I've seen so many trades that just keep going and going. You should have held for at least 1-to-1. Don't be afraid. So that's why my goals have been, don't move your stop and keep your target level in place.
Connection lost. Hold for the target, buddy boy. Hold for the target. Hold for the target. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Hold for the target. I'm going to break even now. I hope it's not too early. Oh, come on, Bubba. Get up there. Don't be shy. Don't be shy.
shoot. Not trying to get greedy. I'm trying to just practice patience. I mean, there's a good possibility it's going to go all the way up there, so you're on break even already. I mean, I hope that's, I'm not trying to be greedy, Lord. I think today's worth holding for at least a 2 to 1. Two to one at least. Come on, get up there. Keep going with the momentum. Come on, keep going. Don't. Keep going. Go to 2 to 1. 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 Yeah. Go to 2 to 1, please. Create. Upload. I don't know what to tell you. I'm on break even. You never know when it's going to keep running, buddy. So there you go. I gotta get, I can understand 2 and 3 to 1. You gotta definitely take those. But 1 to 1 is. Why is that? Create. Upload. Oh, invalid format. What do you mean? What is it? Oh, they're WAV files. Okay. Let it play, brother. Let it play. go up, man.